Roland here from Guilt-Free Hot Water. I do my own solar hot water system. I make my own flat plates with this Home Depot product. They come in 4 foot by 16 foot. And what I do is make my own solar box. First this to protect the shingles, then plywood, then this aluminum, and then the copper tubing just goes in series, serpentine, and basically you're making a 1-inch greenhouse. It's big, and you know, you can make it yourself, and I'm actually surprised that it works so well. There's my big one here. It's 16 foot by 16 foot, and all the copper tubing is in series and makes most of my solar heat. The tarp is off right now just for show, but right now we just have too much sunshine. I've made this system to heat in the wintertime, so I get all my domestic hot water, and also it heats in the wintertime. When it's cloudy, then I got to turn the furnace on. My gas bill last year was $100 totally for the year. Yeah, I don't have a way of turning the heat down, where a lot of systems, they call it stagnation, where they just shut it down and let it cook. I always let it run, always circulating, and I have a big tarp to cool it off. These are the fat evacuated tubes. They got a full vacuum inside. They work the same as 30 of these evacuated tubes, but probably these are better to get because it's cheaper by $100. So these tubes, let's say 30, 60, 90, kick up the heat, and they're at a high angle to catch the winter sun. And the other thing is that in the summertime they shade themselves, because with oversized system, I guess that's what they call it, in the summertime you get too much heat. I mean, it becomes like lava. And don't forget, solar hot water is dangerous. It's really hot, so you got to be careful with it. So I'm looking for other people that are interested in solar hot water. I'll help you at cost. Find all the tanks, and that's the other thing, is how do you get the heat out later, and that'll be over there. Is that on? Okay, this is the heat exchanger made by a company. I think they're bought up by somebody else now. This is Cupron Nickel. What is it? HDP, right? HDP. They make a really nice tank, but it's only 18 foot long. Cupron Nickel, which is overkill, but it's only 18 feet, and it's really strong stainless steel, 316 stainless steel. And did I say it's 16 feet long? That's all. And it's nice close to the bottom, which you want to get. Oh, and this over here. Oh, we did that. Oh, we did that. We didn't do the evacuated tube though. Nope. So the evacuated tube, which German technology, but made in China. Really good quality product. This is like Pyrex, really strong. It can take hail. And the other thing, if it's on an angle like that, you know, hail, it will deflect it easily. So basically, it's a vacuum within a vacuum. So it's a tube within a tube, and the vacuum traps the heat and transfers the heat to this aluminum, and transfers the heat up to this little copper pipe, which is in a partial vacuum, so it boils and transfers the heat energy up to the top and up to the header. Okay, the evacuated tube, again, is a tube within a tube, and a vacuum traps the sunlight heat energy, transfers it to this aluminum foil, transfers to partial vacuum, and then this heat energy, maybe come around this side, see that copper tube is tight into this copper here, and the water just flows past there, and the heat energy is transferred. So really good system. These will work well in wintertime, and that's the beauty of these. It's really cold. It'll, as long as it can see the sun, it'll catch the heat energy of the sun. Okay, right now it's 160 degrees, which is kind of too hot. We don't want too much temperature because the minerals separate and coats the inside of your, it makes it inefficient. Right there is a pressure relief valve. If it's over 30 psi, it kicks out, and over there is an air vent. So if there's any air, it separates it. This is a beauty little pump. It is 20 volt, tops flow, DC pump. You can make your own little power with just a little solar panel, which you can get from Home Depot. This is under $80. This is under $100. And it's very safe. It's only 20 volts. And yeah, I just use thermostat wire. But, you know, check your local codes. Okay, turn the pump on. So this is the pump that's in there, and it's got really good flow. So, you know, and this is lifting a little bit. So, in a closed loop, it's not going to have any, well, just a little bit of pipe resistance. So, I've got 20 gallons in my system of fluids that transfers the heat energy to the tank. Some of the tanks I've got from China, and I cut them open to see what it's all about. This one was really pretty good. The only thing I didn't like was the connection they had right here, and it was inside. So what happens if that, you know, leaked? Well, it would leak anyway. And this is another one from China. It had different metals, so this is copper, stainless steel, really good tank. And I think this tank was like $500, but if they would have had a little better fittings that didn't rust out, would have been really nice. Yeah, really good tanks. But another tank that was made in China, and sacrificed it to see what was inside. They had actually pretty good stainless steel coil and really long heat exchanger. I don't think it needs to be that long, and it's only 3/4 inch. Should have been a little bit bigger. And it, you know, I think I paid $1,000 for this one. This one's really good, but the one I'm pushing is this one over here. It's NTI, and it's got some kind of certification, which is probably helpful. And you could buy this directly from Pace Supply if you're in the Bay Area. And this is around $3,000. And what I do is I have 2 of them in series, so you get a lot of standby. And yeah, really good tanks, 119 gallons. Click. Got 2 stainless steel tanks in series. This is an older HDP one, and it was gas fired before, so it's got second life. And we got the new NTI Trin and Store. It's really good. And oh, you can want to get that NTI. And then so we got an expansion tank here, and we got it all. The little pump right now is off, and just because it's kind of noisy. And then we got our, how many volts it is, DC. It's only 22 volts, so let's turn it on. And right now we got about 3 gallons a minute. Can you show the 3 gallons a minute? 3 gallons a minute. And that's beautiful pump. 48 watts. And that's only 20 volts, not a fire hazard. You're not dependent on the utility. You got solar hot water. So I make, like I said before, I got all my domestic hot water, 99% of it. And oh yeah, in case the solar hot water doesn't work, It's in series with the electric. I got 2 Electra Insta-Hots. So if the sun is not shining for whatever reason, but you know, always is in sunny California. Hey, I'm from Canada. Hey, I know cold. Those will kick in. Click. Thanks for watching. I'm online, guilt-free hot water, a non-profit. So if you got too much money, you can donate, and I'll do more crazy stuff and help other people do their systems. But this is what I did. So you got to check your local codes and make sure your local codes. So, you know, do it right, do it correctly. Make sure you're careful with solar hot water. It can be really dangerous. It can explode and stuff like that. So be careful.
Website.
Oh, website is guiltfreehotwater.org. What?
.org.
.org. Anything else?
Nope.